Early on a cold November morning in Yellowstone Park in 1992, Rick Hutchinson of the National Park Service was driving past Biscuit Basin. He noticed a cloud of steam coming from beneath the location where there should have been no steam. Stopping his car, he investigated closer and found a roaring discharge of boiling water and steam coming from beneath the locked steel lid covering the concrete box that housed the Y8 research well. It was evident that either the valve or the casing within the box had failed. This and the last slide was taken the day after the accident. By that time, the large and heavy concrete block that is seen on top of the lid had been placed there by the National Park Service to prevent vandals from trying to open the box and possibly injuring themselves. A line of Yellowstone National Park showing two gigantic volcanic calderas that dominate the geology of the region. The area in pink shows a 2.2 million year old caldera, and the stippled region shows the younger, 0.6 million year old caldera. Y8 is situated at a central location where these calderas overlap.
There's more geothermal activity in Yellowstone National Park than anywhere else in the world. Even now, with the park closed to the public, geysers and hot springs are as common as bison. But this geyser shouldn't be here, and scientists know why. In the late 60s, geologists drilled wells at Yellowstone trying to learn more about the park's unique geothermal activity. And last week, one of those wells literally blew its top, turning into a geyser of its own.
We have to maintain our integrity here in the USGS. We drilled the holes. We left them in good condition. This one has started leaking, and we're fixing it.
Park officials moved quickly to deal with the well, fearing that it might draw steam and energy away from the other natural springs and geysers in the area. So far, only one geyser appears to be affected, but geologists aren't taking any chances.
If we let this run for months and months and months, then, there'd be a much higher probability that this continuous loss of 35, 40 gallons a minute would cause those features to change or dry out.
On Friday, a drilling team was brought in from Salt Lake City to cap the new geyser and put it out of business for good. To close the well completely, geologists here are going to do two things. First, they're pumping in cold water about 350 yards down into the well. Then they're filling it with a special type of concrete. The concrete should be in place by early next week. At that point, Mother Nature can get back to doing what she does best at Yellowstone, her own plumbing. In Yellowstone National Park, Peter Cook for CNN.